When we found out
I really had to stop thinking of myself as the primary teacher. I needed to rethink my role as I am now the tour guide on their lifelong learning journey. I provide all kinds of connections that they need to make to the community. I help them find research when they're stuck on where to go for their information. I teach them how to document and to record. Instead of planning from start to finish what I'm going to say all day, I plan from start to finish how I'm going to listen to the students all day and provide them with what they're asking for. I wanted to find a way to model this type of learning for them because it wasn't something we were all used to. So I decided I would just do an inquiry that I was interested in and have them watch me. I decided I wanted to learn about geocaching, so I began with a deep question that I came up with. I did the research in a transparent way so they could see. They watched me communicate with experts. They watched me find a way to document all my learning and sort through the relevant information, and then together we decided how I was going to present that information to an audience to make it meaningful. After they saw the experience start to finish, we could really understand as a class all the curriculum we were going to cover, all of the ways they were going to become deep learners. We saw very firsthand how we were going to cover all of those 6 C's, and then they had that model to follow. From there, the trick was helping them discover where they wanted to go with their class inquiry. This year, my students were all whispering to each other about the fact that someone thought they saw a drone out one of the windows flying by. And that led to a really deep discussion about privacy and how to fly drones and how much they cost and couldn't get one. That was what we decided to run with as our inquiry. Once you have your topic, it is a very easy process after that point because the kids are already engaged and they know what they want to do next. They want to get some knowledge under their belt before they can start thinking about deep questions. Once they've had their time with the iPads and they've explored topics and they're all chatting with each other about subtopics, then I sit down and give them a formal lesson about how to ask deep, relevant questions. We use Bloom's taxonomy. We document everything. So we have our deep question, we have our topic, we're ready to go. At this point, I give them a questionnaire. I find after they fill that out, it's very obvious they're not sure how to communicate, they don't know the relevance of their work, and the answers are very sparse. I save that, and of course that'll be our baseline, and then at the end we go back to that questionnaire, and the difference is night and day. When they answer all those questions again, it is very obvious that they've made huge progress along those learning continuums of the 6 C's. Every time I run a deep learning inquiry, I am amazed by how much more curriculum we have covered than I initially thought possible. And every time we do it, I'm getting better and better at documenting as we go and finding that information for assessment as we go. Lots of videos, lots of note-taking, lots of interviews. In the end, I have so much information to use for assessment and evaluation that there's no hesitation when I come to writing a report card. I am always amazed at how far my students have come in terms of looking like an adult learner. At the beginning of the project, they really rarely know how to pursue their own interests and how to really make good progress on something that they are interested in. And by the end, they know how to pursue a topic, to overcome problems, how to communicate their research with gusto to any audience they can find. They are a different type of learner at the end of the process.